All right, it's episode 9 of the Pajama Pals podcast, and I am here with the three knuckleheads known as Cat, Money, and PC. Katayama, still MIA. Miss B, too lazy to show up. You know what it is. Uh,
It's no one's fault.
Dan was supposed to show up. We don't know where Dan is. He might show up through the recording. Who knows? It's coin flip. Let's go. All right, first topic. I hope you're
We're
ready.
launching right into it, boys.
Yeah.
Fox, you're giving me an incredible case of whiplash.
Well, you know what? We're just getting
All
it
gas,
going
no
here.
brakes. All gas, no
Do you
brakes.
want to slow down? Do you want me to ask how your day was?
Yeah, I'd like
that might be nice, actually. As
You
a
know
matter
what,
of
Captain?
fact.
I know how your day went, so I'm gonna ask Money instead. Money, how did your day go?
You don't know me.
My
I
day
do
was
know
fine.
you.
I went to the grocery store, you know.
Okay. I've had enough.
fine.
PC, how was your day?
Cool. Thanks, PC.
Thanks, PC. Thank you for the update on how your day went. All right, Captain, you can talk about how your day went now.
That's delightful.
I didn't really do anything.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
I mowed the
fucking knew
lawn.
it.
I mowed all of our lawns.
Wow.
I need to mow my lawn tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna end up doing
See
tomorrow.
Money out there with his
What?
wife beater and his gold chain on, fucking pushing around a
What?
mower.
What?
Smoking a
No. We have a tractor mower.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot, Mister. Oh, yeah, I got a tractor to mow my
How
lawn.
else are you supposed to mow the estate?
It's pretty good.
You don't hire somebody
I
to mow
slept
Money?
most of the day.
I mean, sometimes, but like, our yard
like-
isn't that big, so like.
I feel like a rusty chain on a bicycle.
Me too.
Why is that?
So this is how I feel, Money. Don't try to rationalize it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm glad that you made it tonight, PC.
Me too.
I was worried that you were gonna show up.
PC was also planning on bailing, but when everybody else did, he's like, "Fuck away."
Yeah, we basically peer pressured him
Well,
into being here.
It's not Cat's fault that he's not here. I don't blame Cat, but Miss B is just lazy, and all he does is sleep all day. I'm gonna tell his mother, and she's just gonna whoop his ass for being lazy.
Oh, it's fine to sleep all day in this day and age.
I mean, that's what I do anyways, but who's counting?
Such
I
a
am.
pandemic life.
Captain, you can't count past 5, so.
It's true.
Alright. I have a. Moving on, we're gonna move on to probably one of the dumbest questions you've ever been asked.
Oh,
But,
there's no such thing.
well, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily stupid, just like.
Lay
I'm
it
gonna be
on.
like, why the fuck are you asking me this? Because it doesn't matter.
Lay it on me.
But, what was your favorite book as a kid?
Ooh.
Did any of you guys ever read Redwall?
It sounds vaguely
No,
familiar. What
I
was
don't
it about?
believe so.
It was a series of books about like woodland critters in a medieval setting. Where like they did night shit, and it was following Redwall Abbey like over the course of like its history. The first book was my favorite. It's just titled Redwall. It was about a mouse who like looked for some ancient fabled sword to slay a rat with.
Oh, maybe I have read that actually. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's
I need to look that up. That sounds more familiar.
I'm trying to remember. There was a series of books that I had read where it was like super like steampunk-esque, but it was also about like flying like living things. It was like living airships. I can't remember the name of the series. I really
Aragon.
No, it's not Aragon, but I have read Aragon.
I like that. Yeah, I like Aragon.
Gosh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can. Nope, that's not it. That's an ancient book. That is definitely not the one I am looking for. That's what it was. It was just titled Leviathan. And then there's Behemoth. And then there's Goliath.
They're all named after Tyranid hive fleets.
Yeah.
They're all big monsters from creation myths.
So the here I'll just read the description of the book. It is the cusp of World War I. The Austro-Hungarians and Germans have their clankers, steam-driven iron machines loaded with guns and ammunition. The British Darwinists employ genetically fabricated animals as their weaponry. Their Leviathan is a whale airship and the most masterful beast in the British fleet.
Yikes.
Huh.
It was
Um,
actually, I loved the series. It was good.
That sounds interesting. Imagine portraying the Central Powers as the bad guys in World War One.
Oh, dude, the audiobooks for Leviathan are free?
Dang.
Oh, that's because
Oh.
I have an Audible trial. That's right, I forgot.
Audible child. I
Wait.
thought you said.
Yeah.
It's like, no, what's going on, Fox?
Shut up.
Have you guys realized that we're not even recording?
Oh yeah, Redwall. Here it is. Here
We
it is.
are
Here it is.
recording. Shut the fuck up, PC.
By Brian Jacques or Jacques.
What? What are you talking about?
You Redwall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm trying to find the name of the ones that I'm thinking of.
He wrote another series of books. I never read it though.
This is gonna like really bug me if I can't remember what this book series is called.
All right. So my question is, has Scott Westerfield written any other series other than Leviathan?
Did you guys you guys had to read like 1984 in school and stuff like that?
I don't remember if I ever had to read it. I did read it though.
We had to read that. And we had to read Animal Farm, and like Fahrenheit 451. Did you have to read that?
Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, Fahrenheit 451 is pretty good too.
I've read all of those on my own time, but I never read them in for school. Like it was never required reading.
Yeah, our school made us read. Like we had to read about a book, about a book every 2 weeks, pretty much.
Manny, I would figure that your school would have made you read the basics of economics in like 3rd grade.
Dang.
Damn.
Oh.
Scott Westerfeld wrote a series called Spill Zone.
Splash Zone.
Oh, whoa. Watch out, crowd! You're sitting in the splash zone.
Money, is that what you say to the ladies at the club?
You're in the splash
Oh.
zone, baby. Let's go. Say
Oh,
it.
Fox! I saw my brother the other day,
Oh yeah.
and he was trying to get me to hang out on a Saturday night, which is when we record these podcasts, and I told him, I just told him I couldn't. He was like, "Why the hell can you do that, huh? Huh?" I'm like, Fox has this podcast thing, and he's like, "He podcasts?"
That fool.
What a surprise.
He's like, "Where can I find these? I want to listen to them."
It's gonna be like, son, all of your friends are weirdos.
That's my brother, not my dad.
Oh.
He's friends with me on Steam. He already knows.
Yeah, he knows what Captain's about. Unfortunately.
Hey, he has like a
he's like caught
he
on.
has like a whole fucking Mordred wall scroll thing. So he has like so much Mordred art. I think Mordred is his waifu, like from Fate.
Has he actually have you confronted him about this?
I've always wanted to. I was never brave enough. Every time I go into his office, I think he even has like a Figma. But yeah.
You know, I'm happy that he watched Fate and he enjoyed it, because God knows that I could just not get into the series. I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah, he likes Fate. He liked Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, you can't hate Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
How religious can we be on this podcast?
How religious? As
No,
religious as you want to be.
I mean, just How much of a religion topic can we talk about?
It depends on the topic.
So apparently, some a couple dozens of German priests are threatening to defy the Vatican and live stream their what is it called? The blessings of gay couples.
Oh hell yeah!
Let's go.
German priests once again defying the Vatican.
Oh,
You know, it makes you wonder: is the Pope is he cool with it? Because he seemed like a pretty chill dude.
I don't think he is.
You don't think he is?
Doubt it. No, probably
Think
not by choice either.
Yeah, I think if he was,
He
Yeah,
would
I
not
think
wanna
if-
be the Pope.
Yeah,
yeah,
the Pope would commit suicide and go straight to hell.
you,
You know,
you-
like they did, like Jeffrey Epstein committed
Yeah.
suicide.
yeah.
But
So instead of like Martin Luther nailing, I forget what it is, what it was called, nailing that shit to the cathedral door, it's these German priests like sending gay marriage videos to the Vatican.
are they doing it just to troll them, or like?
I mean,
Just
they're probably doing it to make a statement. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I would figure, but
well,
it's not
I
about
mean,
it's not about the money.
This-
It's about making a statement.
this is kind of like the coolest thing Germany has done since 1941.
Dang.
Why did you go down that route? You had
I
every opportunity to not go down that route.
Okay, well, anything like a lot of things happened in 1941.
I know. I
anything
know.
could happen then, you know.
Oh.
If you
Yeah,
if you
I
really
could have been
think about it.
referencing literally anything.
No.
Could have been referencing an invention Germany made, or like, you know,
You know.
how God slept through it all. You know, that kind of shit.
Further proving my point that God isn't real.
How religious can we get on the podcast? Fox is like, God isn't real.
He's not. Where's the proof?
Oh,
Well, if you didn't even believe a fraction of that, you wouldn't call it a he.
Oh damn.
Dang.
Facts and logic.
God is a they.
Well, I mean, if you're like, if it's Christian or Abrahamic creation myth, God created Adam first directly from his image, and then he thought Adam needed a companion, and so he took a rib out of Adam's
Yeah.
chest, and then formed Eve around
God
that.
damn it, Eve, you dumb bitch.
dang.
Yeah, Eve really did doom all of humanity, though.
Yeah, she really did. I mean, like, Adam was just like, nah, dude, he said not to. Like,
Yeah,
don't
you
fucking
can't eat
do
the
it.
apple.
I know I shouldn't have eaten this apple, but this snake.
Yo, Eve, where'd you get this apple? Oh, yeah, over there. What? You
What?
huh?
If God really wanted him to like live in fucking like eternity and like happiness and shit, why would he make the fucking snake that talked him into it?
It's a
Well,
good
I mean,
point.
he didn't make the snake do it. It was Lucifer going and doing it.
Well, fucking the devil was never mentioned in any of the original scriptures, so
It's the
It's so-
modern interpretation, the creation of the original sin.
Adam talking to Eve. Fucking Lucifer's a snake, Eve. Don't listen to him.
I'm serious. The devil was never mentioned in any of the original scriptures.
I mean, yeah, I've read
Oh.
it. I don't think he was, but I mean, like, they
Is the
certainly
snake
mean
in it, though?
that the serpent, like, I don't know.
You see, there's a fallacy in this fucking theory.
But
I mean, I'm
but
I'm an atheist too, PC. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate
the,
here. But
the
The devil's not
Where's
real
Miss
either.
B? Where is Miss B when we need somebody to defend this whatever the fuck it's
wait,
supposed to be?
So does it mention the serpent, just not the devil? Is what you're saying? Or?
yeah, I don't think it names anybody in particular. I think it just says, Yeah, it
I
just
mean,
says-
but I think the serpent is a pretty clear like allegory for like evil
yeah,
or like temptation.
So why did God create temptation and evil?
That's a good question.
For dramatic
I
effect.
mean, I mean, functionally speaking, there isn't really a good answer, but I think a lot of people would say like, well, he works in mysterious ways, or like,
yeah,
oh,
that
he
is the most
like test
bullshit
us.
answer.
Yeah, well, I mean,
God just works in mysterious ways. God killing 3 children. Yeah, I work in mysterious ways. You won't understand, but it was for a good cause, I assure you. People
Yeah,
be like, "Oh,
literally.
damn, they died, but they're going to heaven. I can't wait to go too."
like, I'm pretty sure God isn't real, but if God is real and he created everything, like knowing what I know about biology, like God's pretty metal. Like I don't know if I would want to meet God. Like
You know he's got a laboratory somewhere.
like
He's just like,
I know.
like more so. I'm pretty sure he would be more like like an eldritch horror,
Yeah.
like a human thing. Like
Well, I mean that's how they describe angels, is none
Yeah.
of them are ever really humanoid. They're all
they're like covered in eyes with a bunch of wings, or they're like interlocking rings or stuff like that.
yeah. There's all the there's all the different choirs, and each choir has a different form because God created them for a specific purpose.
Yeah, here's my issues with religion in general, or in God. With God, let's start with God.
Let's start with God.
Basically, like he fucking he threatens people to believe in him. Otherwise, if they don't believe in him, he's gonna do something bad to them. So that's extortion right there.
God's
And
a snake.
like, if God created everything, then he has a cure for cancer, but he's hiding it from us. That fucking asshole. If he's real.
Maybe it's a form of population control.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like natural, like DRM built into our DNA.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, PC.
I'm just disappointed with him.
Why'd you have to do us like this?
He sends down some fucking
Bangladesh like that.
He sends down some fuckboy in like Birkenstock sandals and a fucking Gucci like fucking dress, and he's just like, "Yo, believe in God."
Well,
he fucked some man's wife. Some fucking farmer's wife.
Yeah, he did do that. Yeah, no, he was a shepherd.
Oh,
Was he? I don't. No, he was a carpenter. No, he was. Yeah.
No. Jesus was the carpenter.
But I would have to figure that Joseph was a carpenter too, if he's like raising his son to do the same thing.
Then why the fuck did they have a barn?
It wasn't their barn. So what was happening was Caesar Augustus was like, "Yo, dude, everybody in the empire's got to take a fucking census because we need to tax everybody. So go back to your place of birth so we can figure out how to figure out these taxes." Which actually happened, and so so Joseph and Mary were on their way to I forget wherever the hell they were going.
Nazareth?
And I think it's Nazareth. And
yeah,
basically on the way she gave birth, and the only place that there were no rooms for rent, or they couldn't afford rooms, and so they had to go into a barn to do it, to give birth.
And how the fuck did those 3 fucking wise guys fucking show up?
Because an angel came and told them that it was going to happen. Same with the shepherd who came. It's like the be not afraid type thing. It's like the angel appearing before the shepherd and is like, "Hey, don't be afraid of me, even though I'm fucking horrifying. The Son of God is being born over there. You should go bear witness."
It's pretty sick. Check it out.
Fucking Jesus came out Chrome saying, "Witness me."
You know for a fact that Mary was like fucking dudes to get some form of payment so they could stay in places. Like, there's no way that Joseph was like traveling along, like fucking renting out rooms. You know, Mary was like, "Hold on, I got this," and was like, "Come in the back alley, I'll show you something neat."
Well, they were.
Here's a scenario that I saw recently. Like, this man puts a fucking cake in front of his wife, and he's like, and she's like, where did you get this? And he's like, "I made it." And then she's like, but we don't have an oven. And he's like, "Do you see how that sounds, Mary?" Like, Mary and Joseph, he made it. He made the baby, but he doesn't have an oven. That's the whole.
He's like, don't like worry about all of the details. Just
I'm just saying,
go
man,
along
it's-
with it. It's all good.
yeah, that's a little sus to me. Like poor Joseph got cucked.
Joseph, the original cuck.
Yeah, if Miss B was here, he would have objected very strongly.
He would have.
Yeah.
He would have been very upset. We're gonna have to re-talk about this subject when he comes back on.
No,
He's just
poor
gonna be
Miss
like,
B.
y'all are going to hell.
I'm gonna have to take his side the whole time.
Why?
Yeah, I like being devil's advocate. I don't
The
know.
devil's not real, fucking captain.
Yeah.
It's
It's a turn of phrase.
it's a turn of phrase,
All right,
PC.
riddle me this: if God is real, why do I have such shit luck in person? But like when it comes to gotcha games, like I'm a fucking god.
Because you're worshiping the wrong god. You need to worship Fortuna, the Roman goddess of luck.
Actually, the real religion is a what's it called?
Zoroastrianism. Yeah. I love Zoroastrianism because it
It's
was like the
really
most
cool.
popular religion in the world for a really long time, and then it just like then Islam happened and it just like ceased to exist.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. At least to like read about and stuff.
You guys want to hear about my like cringe like theories?
Yeah,
Lay it on us.
So
I like anything cringe. Yes.
my theory, keep in mind it's a theory, is that the reason why they're trying to like get us all to worship one god is just so they can be like, all right, now that we have your attention, you owe us all of this. It's sort of like what the church is already doing now, but it's just they're gonna like create like a system to where we have to ask them if we can have sex. We're gonna have to ask them if we can switch jobs. It's gonna be this whole system where we have to ask them what is okay and what isn't okay because the church will make all the rules, and that's really what they want, is for them to be able to make all the rules.
Oh, but the church knows what's right.
Do they?
You don't need to choose.
And I mean,
We just need to be good sheep.
it depends on your interpretation too, because I think a lot of Protestant faiths are way less concerned with what the church does and more concerned with what the individual does. If you're speaking of Catholicism, then certainly, but I don't think you could say the same for I'm trying to fucking think of a Protestant denomination without thinking of Baptists because they're pretty bad about it.
You're really struggling there.
I mean, like,
They're all
there's
snakes.
just there's tons of Baptist churches around here. I'm just trying to think of one that isn't a Baptist church.
I'm just saying, like, have you ever come across like any religion really that's like, oh well, do this and this and you'll be saved, or like, oh yeah, give me this and you'll be okay?
What do you mean? Like, that's every religion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like that.
But Fox, I think there's I think I'm trying to put my thoughts into words here.
No, take your time.
I think there are a lot of people who are genuinely in it for the good of other people. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you're giving people enough credit, because I think most people who get into religion or into religious professions are people who genuinely want to help their fellow man, and I think maybe at the top level, at the upper echelons, where there's power to be had, then the power is going to corrupt, certainly. But that's the same for any government. And the church throughout history has functioned in much the same way that the government has. The whole reason Europe survived the early Middle Ages is because the church basically kept everything together.
Anarchy now.
I mean, it was anarchy for a while, and the church was the only thing that really unified it in those days.
I mean, religion as a whole is like a really powerful engine of like human motivation, and it can motivate you to do like really good things, but it can also motivate you to do like very bad things.
Like
Yeah,
the
but-
one issue I really have with religion is just like how unaccepting of other people they can be. That's like my
Yeah, but
biggest
like
problem
that's like
with it.
the whole point.
any
That's
group.
what makes it strong.
Well, I
It's
know that's
if we make our group exclusive in some way, that makes us feel special and it makes us feel safe because we know where everybody stands.
And I mean,
It's like
yeah,
it's like a tribalism type thing.
yeah, and everything devolves into tribalism. I mean, if you look at how American politics is nowadays, it's incredibly
oh, I
tribalistic.
know.
It's
I
us
hate it.
versus them in every regard. And I think, yeah, but I mean, if you look at Christianity as its core tenets, it's basically like Jesus was friends with prostitutes, and he befriended a tax collector, which was like the worst thing you could possibly be in those times. And I mean, like the whole point behind Jesus was like he was accepting of everybody, and certainly the church isn't like that in many regards.
Well, certain like modern day evangelicals and
Yeah,
mean-
yeah. I mean, like Baptists and evangelicals and Catholics, but the existence of those priests in Germany proves that there are plenty of people within religion who are willing to accept others.
Well,
yeah,
you know?
I'm not saying like everybody's like that, because like your statement is true. Like there's a lot of people that want to help people, but then you also get the side where they're just like, nah, dude, that guy's gay. Fuck him. Like there's a few like.
I mean,
like,
yes,
There's
he
a
is
few
gay.
bad people.
you
But you do
have to
have a
take
lot of
note
good
of those. Like
But you'd get that out of atheists too. I mean, Hitler was an atheist. I mean, there's people are going to be hateful, and they're going to just use whatever environment is around them to be hateful if they're hateful. I don't think blaming the group itself is necessarily the problem so much as as you need to blame the individual. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get that, but
and I mean sometimes you can blame the group certainly because there are some religions which are very very critical of things like homosexuality and stuff.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
But like you have to balance that, which and it's a hard thing to balance. But it's like, well, what if this church you know has all of these programs which feed however many million children in the third world, but they also systematically discriminate against a particular group, like that like puts them somewhere in the middle. It's still not good, but you have to acknowledge that they are contributing something. And that's why it's hard, because like it's just like a very powerful motivating factor, which can go both ways. It just really depends.
Yeah.
But like, my problem is like, especially with like missionaries too.
That is more yeah.
Yeah, like
That's worthy of more criticism.
people who go on missions to spread the word of whoever the fuck.
Anyone
For
who like
whatever.
proselytizes, that's like a pretty aggravating attribute.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, looking at it from a different perspective, you could say that those people are just trying to save your soul. I mean, like they're trying to save you from eternal damnation.
It's true. It doesn't make them any less aggravating.
I know, yeah, I know. It doesn't
Yeah,
make them any less aggravating, but
But they do fundamentally believe that they're doing a good thing, or at
Yeah.
least you
They're-
certainly hope they believe
they're
that.
like the vacuum cleaner salesman that invited himself into our house.
yeah,
Money,
I remember
money. We
that.
can use the exact same. You too, Captain. I'm not excluding you on this one. You can say the exact same thing about Hitler. He thought he was doing the right thing.
Oh, certainly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not to excuse their actions.
But I don't
I-
think the magnitude of the actions is different between those two.
Yeah, I would say that most missionaries, most people who went out and preached the word, weren't necessarily doing it out of any malicious. I mean, like, certainly Hitler. I don't know. I won't pretend to understand the motivations of Hitler or of missionaries, but it would certainly seem that missionaries. I mean, like,
And
they're
like
not.
missionaries aren't trying to kill people.
Yeah, they're not
trying to, like,
actively
people
going out
and
and murdering.
Like,
Yeah,
like that's like
Oh, explain the Crusades then.
they weren't missionaries.
well,
BC.
yeah,
Crusade-
that's like using sort of a contemporary definition of like
How many were there? Like 16?
There were,
or
I
what,
think,
6 or 7?
8 in the Middle East, and then there was the Northern Crusade, and there was the Reconquista, if you want to classify that as a crusade. But But, you know, I mean, the Crusades weren't necessarily to convert any regions, because the Holy Land was already pretty decently Christian at that time. It was more so, at least by their, what word am I thinking of? By their reasoning behind it was basically like, the Muslims aren't letting Christian pilgrims through to Jerusalem, and that's a really important thing, is that we got to go there and worship. So the Crusaders considered themselves more armed pilgrims than they considered themselves missionaries per se.
Yeah, because they weren't trying to convert people more so. They were just trying to do a set goal.
Yeah.
Okay, but what kind of asshole goes to some other fucking foreign country and be like, hey, you should do this, because if not, our religion will punish you?
It's not good. We're not saying it was like a...
I mean, they were out to send a message, okay? Let us to Jerusalem or die.
And I think, I don't know, and the Northern Crusades and the Reconquista were definitely different things altogether, where the Northern Crusade was like, oh, there are a bunch of pagans up here. Poland asked these German knights to come in and kick their asses, and that's pretty much all that it was, and convert the region. And then the German knights got too obnoxious, and Poland and Russia had to kick them out of there. And
obnoxious German knights.
And which is a beautiful sight of Orthodox Christians, Catholics, and pagans all teaming up to kick Germans out of Eastern Europe. And the Reconquista was like, hey, we got to take back the Iberian Peninsula. There's all these Muslims out here. We got to kick them off of Europe. And make Spain Christian again, and then check back later to make sure that you're still Christian with the Inquisition.
And then PC invaded.
Fucking Spain.
Spain is interesting historically, especially like religiously. As like in the early Middle Ages, where it was like this really, it was really accepting of all religions that existed there, despite it being under the rule of caliphates. You wouldn't necessarily consider that to be the most accepting environment, but Christians were allowed to live there, and Jews were allowed to live there, and Muslims were allowed to live there, and it was actually a pretty peaceful place for a while.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
And everything changed.
You mean the Pope?
Well, the caliphate started getting weirder, and then the Pope attacked, yeah.
I don't know, that's so goddamn funny. It has no right to be that funny.
Maybe they modeled hell after the villages they left burning in their wake.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Hey man, only parts of hell are burning. The deepest circles are frozen.
Do you think there's like a perfectly like lukewarm area, like in between the fires and the ice?
Yeah, there's like swamps, aren't there?
Yeah. I mean, I think that'd be going off of Dante's.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dante based it off of anything, but
I think he was mainly just being creative. And it's like, he did a good job of being creative, I think. But...
yeah, he made sure to put Caesar's murderers in the lowest circle of hell.
It's like a really specific dig, but pretty funny.
Wait, so how did we get from your favorite kid's book to talking about the Crusades and
My favorite kids book is the Bible.
Favorite kids book. Yo, okay, Captain, did you ever read the Piers Anthony, the Incarnations of Immortality is I think the series name?
No, I don't think so.
The first one is like On a Pale Horse, and then there's a bunch of. It's like basically about like. I don't want to describe it overall, but there's like basically a bunch of like there's like a bunch of gods of different things. So there's like Death, which is the pale horse, and then the second book is about the god of time. But it's like a really metal story, which I barely remember because I read it when I was in like 6th grade.
So how can you know if it's your favorite?
Because I read all of them, and I remember a lot of little things, but like not the overall plot.
He remembers.
It was a good one, and I also only read about half of the series because it's like 8 books.
Wait, do you remember the Alamo?
No, I should, but I don't.
No, you shouldn't.
He's not a piece. PC, I think you're coming in from a biased perspective here.
Really?
Oh boy.
Oh, do you have another question for us?
Well,
What's your take on Texan independence?
do you think Mexico should have taken Texas entirely and kept it?
They literally had it already. I don't know what you mean.
No, they did.
They fucking lost it.
Yeah, they had it, and then
No.
Texas seceded.
Well, yeah, they never had it.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
No, I think it's perfectly reasonable to say they had it for a little while, and then they lost.
No,
And-
Texas.
and
is
then
like,
Texas
you can't
left.
detain me.
And then Texas left, and then like the U.S. was like, "All right, I'm in here. Time to get some people combat experience, so that they can secede during the Civil War and kick the North's ass for a few years."
It's okay, PC.
Not though.
You'll have Texas back in a little bit.
PC's just nostalgic for a time that Mexico was actually like a prominent power in North America.
It's rough.
Oh no.
Yeah, have you guys ever heard of Obsidian?
You have really good
The
state
company?
companies, kind of.
The fucking rock.
No, the company.
The fucking crystal.
Don't worry, PC. I'm wearing steel plate. It's fine. I have a horse
Mother-
too.
Motherfucker, you also have diseases that we've never encountered before either.
Oh boy.
I'll show up, and you guys will think I'm a god for a year or two, and then you'll realize.
This man bleeds.
And I need to watch Rodel Dorado again.
Fuck that.
What's the fucking Mel Gibson movie? Is it like Apocalyptico or something?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking sucked ass.
Apocalypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a metal movie. That was like, man, fuck Aztecs. So like, that's some crazy shit.
Oh, what? What did you say, Money?
PC's got some obsidian for you, Mike.
Aztecs did some metal shit.
He's gonna rip your heart out at the top of a temple
Ugh,
and play soccer with your head.
I know. Ugh.
But well, I can't remember the name of that game, but I remember reading somewhere about how the losing team would oftentimes just be killed in their entirety.
Yeah.
Which is that's how soccer works in modern day Latin America.
I mean, basically, yes.
Or at least Brazil.
Essentially, yes.
All right. I have a
You have a
You have a
good
kiss?
topic. And a kiss.
I'm not really sure how to ask this. Hold on, I gotta think about this. How would you describe the internet in 10 words or less?
10 words.
10 words or less. You have a lot of freedom. But you
10
can
words.
stop at
that's
any
a-
time.
Let me look.
Do they have to be? Do they have to form a coherent sentence, or can it
Yeah,
just be any?
let's go with a coherent sentence.
All of human knowledge condensed into your hand.
I feel like you stole that.
I'm sure I did somewhere. I've been saying it for years, is that like when you have a cell phone and it's connected to the internet, you have the collected knowledge of all humanity in your hand.
I mean, that doesn't describe America by itself, though.
You said the internet.
Oh, I thought you said America. What
no,
the fuck?
I said internet.
Yeah, same thing.
PC was trying to find another way to hate Americans again.
Mainly, I want to hate the Spaniards, but
After the Spanish-American War, we kicked them off the continent, so you can only hate us now.
Yeah,
fuck the Spanish.
PC's running out of people to hate.
Oh, there's never too many people to hate. You know, you always find someone to hate if you really want to.
Really? Was it the
You don't-
haters we've had along the way that really mattered?
Yeah, that's gonna be like the little subtitle that appears at the end of humanity. It's gonna be like, it was just the people we hated along the way. I remember reading a history book where it was like human history. I can't remember the quote exactly. It was basically like human history is like a bunch of shit on the footnotes with war as like the main backbone to all of it.
Okay, I came up with my sentence, and it's
Okay.
exactly 10 words.
Okay.
Money had to use a fucking abacus.
Abacus.
Some of them are small words too, so it doesn't really matter. So I said a multitude of simultaneous human connections mediated through contemporary technology.
That's 11
Oh.
words, Money.
No, I don't think so. 1, 2, 3,
He's
4,
got
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, that's only 10 words. I counted.
But PC did make you count again.
I wanted
That was
to
the
check.
goal.
He made you
That was the
doubt.
goal.
Yeah, he made you doubt yourself.
I
Money.
sow the seeds of doubt, Money. That's my fucking superpower.
That's his special talent. That's his quirk.
There's nothing wrong with that. Isn't actually.
You know,
People second guess themselves.
I'm just like, the internet to me is just like somebody.
10 words, Fox.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta come up with my sentence. Give me a second.
Have to use a lot of 10-cent words.
Fuck. Like
Tense.
a dry turd being waffle stomped. That's essentially what the internet is.
Yeah, I get it.
The internet is great, but it's going to get to the point where it probably does some really bad stuff.
What do you mean? It's
Well, no,
already
but
like
that-
that.
But
No,
it
but
gave
that-
us Chris Chan.
No, but I think even much worse than what we think about now.
It really has changed the way that modern people think.
Like, I could see fundamental, like, changes where, like, human culture has to adapt, where, like, our online presence largely becomes significantly more important than our in-person sort of appearance.
I mean, I feel like it's especially like that right now.
Yeah, but it's not more important. It's important, arguably, in a lot of things, but it's not more important.
Well,
But I
it's
think-
more important for all of core.
Well, I think we're going to get to the point where populations are so high and there's so many people and there's so little jobs that, like, people are really going to have to stand out. And I think a way of doing that will be through some sort of internet presence.
I'm just gonna live
Regardless
stream the rest of my
People
like.
wanna have fun or not.
I'm gonna live stream my life.
You're gonna
I mean,
become
I don't even think that'll happen in our lifetimes. Like, that
No,
might
I'm
take.
gonna do it.
you're gonna
that
become
might take-
Streamer Chan from Valhalla.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the most ambitious streamer ever.
Yeah, but not everybody can be streamers, though. Only, like. And I think there's
I didn't
already.
say I was gonna be popular.
Well, yeah, but if you're not popular, unless you're doing it for your own fun,
I'm doing it
it's
for my own fun.
arguably just a waste of time.
That should be the subtitle for the podcast.
Well,
A waste of time.
No, if if you're unpopular and you're not doing it for your own fun, it's just a waste of time.
I mean,
Oh.
brutally speaking, I mean, otherwise you might as well be talking to yourself in a corner. Like,
See,
I mean-
that's what separates us from other people. Is
well.
I have you three to talk to.
I thought you were gonna say that's what separates us from the apes.
The glass half full kind of mindset.
Wait, Fox is the optimist and Money is the pessimist?
I think that's generally.
He's also a masochist.
No, I'm not. Well, no.
He's got to
You-
take
you
it back.
about-
He's like, wait a minute.
Only since I got the new Resident Evil,
No.
which I
no.
just started.
Mm,
If only Kat was here, we could chant masochist gang like we do anytime somebody says the word.
Oh, I miss him every day. He should be able to do the next stream. Or recording, rather.
No,
God damn it, Money.
it's not happening.
Don't say that, Captain. I will murder you. It's okay.
Oh, speaking of Cat, he just messaged me.
Oh wow,
That's
he can message you but not be a part of the podcast.
Yeah, he just sent me a Vermintide meme.
Of course
Yo,
he
yo,
did.
yo. It's like mid podcast. Let's
Oh,
do something. Let's fucking break the mold.
Let's fucking go.
let's
Fuck.
fucking
Let's
go. I don't know. Like, I keep telling you guys, if you guys want to record anything and upload it to the channel, go for it. You guys can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't get us in trouble.
Money, you should record you playing Resident Evil.
Yeah, I mean, is there a way to show my stream like on the thing?
No,
So
no,
well,
No, I mean not on the podcast, but
Not right now, not right
yeah,
now,
like
Money.
his videos.
Money,
Yeah,
there's a time and place for everything.
just do a playthrough, Money. Just record
Ugh.
Yeah,
record an entire playthrough. You know, make it like 10-minute episodes and go for it.
yeah,
Let's
become
do
a
that.
Let's Player, Money.
Oh, that's cringe.
Wow.
Wow.
So you
All right.
talk about like recording the game, and then you're like, oh wait, that's a let's play. That's cringe.
No. Doing it on a stream is different from doing like a Let's Play series.
I mean,
This isn't even a stream. This isn't being live streamed
yeah,
anywhere.
This is
This
a
is just
recording.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It feels different.
Money.
Different.
Money. You could even record the live. You could even record the Let's Play with like all of us watching your stream of you recording it.
Oh, I could. Maybe I will. We'll see.
Money, you're fucking cringe.
Money.
Wow,
Money,
you're a
you don't need
live
to get-
streamer?
Money. You don't need to get rid of the part of yourself that's cringe. You need to get rid of the part of yourself that cringes.
Yeah, for
Oh,
real.
life advice.
You better be careful. The internet will roast you for jumping.
I mean, I don't think
Yep.
you can jump in the new Resident Evil.
Oh my god.
Money. You gotta jump.
There isn't a jump button.
I was
Money, you
taught,
need to
like, I meant,
record.
like in person.
You need to record yourself jumping without bending your knees. Money.
Fox, if you do it, I'll do it. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
That's pretty
Oh,
fucking
I
cringe,
guess I'll
Money.
have to wait for a webcam since my laptop got yeeted off my desk.
It'll be the jumping without bending your knees challenge.
I've really had like a really bad week.
It's like 4 inches.
I've had a
Fox, you need
horrible
to-
week.
You need to record that like wearing shorts or something. Make it look like you're not wearing pants.
Yeah, so I'll do like I'll fucking get the camera to where it's just like shooting my legs. Like pull my shorts up just a little bit to where it's like showing like half my thigh.
Like wear your booty shorts.
I have those. Wait a
Your
minute.
your juicy shorts.
What are you talking
Oh.
about? You
You
said
know,
That
your
Fox,
booty
don't play dumb. I know you have them.
It's in your private Instagram page.
You know, Cam, I still have I still have one of Morgan's socks in my laundry, and I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know. Get rid of it.
I don't know
I'm
what to
gonna-
do. Maybe I'm gonna send it to your brother in the mail.
Or-
Uh,
You can do whatever other man does is, covenant.
no,
Yeah,
don't,
you know.
don't, no, we're not.
have
no.
mushrooms grow out of it like that dude on 4chan.
Oh no. Oh, this is not the route I wanted to go. You fucks are disgusting.
You disgust me.
That's it. I'm getting out my jar. Get in.
He's hideous, yet I can't look away.
Get in the jar.
Oh, don't say jar.
Get in the jar, Money.
Money either thinks of the Rainbow Dash jar
Someone's
or
gonna
like the
freak
guy sticking the jar up his anus.
Someone's
Oh,
Sorry. have that happen.
Oh, all right. We're gonna move on because I'm done talking about this. Alrighty, so that is the end of episode 9 of the Pajama Pals podcast. It is a little shorter. We kind of jumped into a different topic. We're gonna actually make a second video on that, and we're hopefully gonna be releasing 8, 9, and 10 all at the same time. So we should have a bunch of content coming.
A big content
soon.
drop.
Yeah, I've been a little lazy with episode 8. It's almost done, but I've just got to make sure there are certain things said in episode 8 that we can get away with looking at you, PC. You know what you said. You know what we were talking about.
Oh,
Talking about the
yeah.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
The Dolphins. But anyways, that is episode 9. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good one.
See ya.
Yeah.